So I'm not gonna lie, this next one makes me a bit nervous. Actually, a lot a bit nervous. So, Peacock, the struggling streaming service, which has more people than we think, but not as many paid people as they would like, Peacock has made the decision to move Halloween Kills to a day and date release, as it will be coming both theatrically and Peacock the same day, as Peacock is owned by Universal and Blumhouse is also owned by Universal.
Hmm.
Oh boy. I would not be so nervous about this had this be timed differently. And what I mean by that is this gets announced a day after the reviews of this movie started coming out of the Venice Film Festival, which, to put it nicely, were not glowing reviews. However, I'm not dissuaded yet because a lot of the critics were just like, well, as much as we like 2018's Halloween for its examination of grief and how does one deal with trauma as a woman growing up with stuff, this movie is much more involved in the darkness and violence and how does a city deal with a murderer. And if you like blood and gore, this might be for you. I'm going, it's a Halloween sequel. What do you think we want? Like,
Oh
I don't
man.
care about the analysis of madness of what makes someone evil. Like, as much as I love Loomis, I don't need to know that Michael Myers has the devil's eyes, the blackest eyes. We already know that. We don't need an analysis of what makes him evil. Like, I need my blood and violence in my Halloween movies. We've already seen in the trailer some great kills. We've seen Michael kill somebody with a light tube. We've seen a whole bunch of mayhem and insanity. Now, the reviews I'm hearing from actual Halloween and horror fans are going, "Oh, this is a bloody mess and it's fantastic." So I'm not overly worried about the critics. I think Universal is worried about the critics, and also they need Peacock to do better. This is not the first, but it's pretty close to the first time that they've done this. The first time they did this with releasing a movie on Peacock and on streaming the same day was the Boss Baby sequel, to which, that's such a high demand movie there.
Oh wow, yeah.
So I understand the decision, but at the same time, just my immediate gut reaction, just because of how we've been conditioned to view movies going day and date, raises a lot of red flags to me, both for it going to streaming, but also the timing of it all. Just going, oh yeah, all those reviews that came about this movie that aren't super positive. Oh yeah, we're very positive about it. That's why we're putting it on streaming. Josh, am I raising too many red flags, or you think this is good because more people will see it?
I I don't I don't think more people will see it because it'll be on Peacock because it's Peacock.
which
But
which I've defended many times, but at the same time, it's still a bad service. For those WWE fans, I'm sorry that it moved off of the WWE network, which honestly was one of the most reliable streaming services I'd seen in a while, and now you watch it on Peacock and oh my god, pay-per-views are unwatchable. One, because it's WWE, and two, the stream just dies. Like, oh my
yeah,
god, Peacock, fix your crap.
I mean it's fine. Everybody's watching AEW nowadays anyway.
Bryan
But
Danielson, baby!
let's go.
Kevin Steen is
But
next. Kevin Steen and Sami Zayn are next,
he,
buddy.
oh, buddy. It's so funny. Little sidetrack here. I don't think I haven't seen you this excited about wrestling in a long time,
Dude.
and that's saying something.
Okay,
So,
this is how much AEW is killing it right now. I've thought about getting cable just to watch it live every week. I
ooh,
haven't yet.
that
I'm fine with
boy.
watching YouTube replays, but like, no, AEW is getting me back into wrestling. But getting back to the mayhem of Michael Myers,
Yeah.
red flag, Josh, red flag.
Nah. To me,
Really?
not really. I think it is my let me rephrase. It is my hope that because of the success of the 2018 Halloween, people will be like, that's something I still want to see, regardless of like what critics are saying about it. And I would hope that because here's the thing, when it comes to critics, they expect horror movies to be something a lot more than a simple plot or a simple idea or simple concepts.
They just always
Like,
want Get Out.
yeah, they do. But while I appreciate the first one, and they are right, that does take a look at the ramifications of grief and the ramifications of trauma and like how that. I agree. Or it's just about a lady who's been through some stuff and this is how she reacts. It doesn't have to be so complicated. This is a horror movie, man. It's not like
This is the same franchise that had Busta Rhyme karate kick Michael Myers and say trick or treat, mother effer, just for you, Josh.
Yeah, that is like one of my favorite horror movie moments of all time, and you can't tell me otherwise. But the being like, if you like blood and guts, this is the movie for you, I guess, and trying to make it sound snobby, but like you're talking about a Halloween movie, like shut up, go away. I don't want it. Like I have no worries. There's like a little red flag in the back of my head about it, but I don't care. I'm gonna see it, and you know what?
We seen it together too.
What? No way. Oh,
what's this? Also, so as we've said before, once we get 500 subscribers, I'm going to be doing a live reaction to, not live, I will do a reaction video to my very first ever video. I think if y'all like that video enough, we should make Josh do the same thing.
No, stop. No.
There's still evidence out there.
Here's the thing, man. It's attached to my Google email.
Oh, I still have it under my liked videos section.
Anytime I open up my YouTube profile, it has the little like channel thing right there, and every time I see it, I literally will avoid going to my profile in YouTube so I don't have to look at it because there's like only 5 videos there, and I just. I don't want. Yeah, no.
My only other red flag about Halloween, as we keep getting sidetracked, my only other concern about this is how will this, if at all, it might not, how will this affect Halloween Ends, which has not started filming yet? Like, this Halloween Kills is specifically designed to be a middle movie of a trilogy. It's supposed to be like The Empire Strikes Back. So, spoiler alert, I'm fully expecting Michael Myers to win and slaughter basically all of Haddonfield. Like, if I don't get that, I'll be very, very surprised because you've got to build dramatic tension for the third one. I wonder if they'll approach Halloween Ends the same way of just like, oh, well, Kills didn't make that much money. I don't see, it depends on some studios. Like, Disney clearly is like, well, it didn't get box office, so we're not getting a sequel. Whereas, like, Free Guy was only theaters, and that did well. And that is getting a sequel, where some other studios are kind of more accepting. Like, there's a report that came out that Warner Brothers is going, we'll probably make a Dune movie, a Dune sequel, if this does pretty well on HBO Max, even if it doesn't make its money back in theaters. I'm going, okay, that's a good sign.
That's reassuring.
What approach will Universal take? Because Halloween right now is one of the biggest cash cows in terms of the horror franchise, but Ends is supposed to be the end of this story arc, whatever that means, whether that definitively ends Michael Myers, or that definitively ends Laurie Strode again. We don't know, but I just hope that this going to streaming doesn't affect Ends, which hasn't filmed yet. It's supposed to start filming in January, but we haven't gotten any updates on that since. I'm just hoping that this doesn't, like, I don't think it will flop. I just hope it doesn't, and that will impact future movies.
I don't think it's gonna flop, and honestly, just because of, and maybe I'm trying to be hopeful here, just because of the positivity from the first one, and I'm hoping that I think the snooty critics will kind of pan it, the horror community will love this, and the fans of Halloween will love it. And I think that's, at the end of the day, that's the only thing Universal will see, because at the same time, while it is a cash cow, they only gave Rob Zombie two of them.
Well, he quit. So, well, there's actually interesting stories about that, but that could be a video for another day about Halloween, like, 3D.
I'm not as worried, I think, as you are, and I think that's just because I'm trying to be positive about it, because I think it would be a pretty big feat in the horror genre community to do a solid trilogy where every single movie is good.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That's not that.
Halloween has had back-to-back movies that are good before. They just haven't had 3 in a row. But I still
Yes.
maintain that Halloween 3 is really underrated, but it doesn't have Michael. We haven't had 3 good Michael movies in a row. We'll say that.
Correct.